皆様こんにちは。ドジャース翻訳放送局です。今日はジャッキー・ロビンソンデーという特別な日にドジャースがロッキーズを6-2で下しシリーズ勝利を決めました。選手全員が42を背負い、カリーム・アブドゥル・ジャバーも来場するなど歴史的意義のある素晴らしい一日となりました。現地放送の様子を翻訳してお届けします。
To Access Sportsnet Dodgers, John Hartzing alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia Parr, very happy group of Dodger fans. On Jackie Robinson night, the Dodgers do Jackie proud with a 6-2 win over the Rockies. They clinch a series win after dropping 3 consecutive series, and we saw a great night for Tommy Edman, who ties a career high with 4 hits in this game, Jerry, and Will Smith. His 3-run bomb really gave the Dodgers a lot of breathing room tonight.
Yeah, much needed 3-run homer from Will Smith. Obviously, he's been swinging the bat really well to start the season. Landon Knack was solid tonight. Our bullpen once again was outstanding. Great to see. And another series win here at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, really good by the offense, you know, in that third inning is exactly what they needed. When you really bat around, when you have 10 guys actually go to the plate, not 9. They batted around, going out, they put some runs on the board, and then you have Landon Knack. Solid performance, definitely much better than his last outing, and he found ways to get out of it. But once again, when you hand it over the bullpen and they continue to put up zeros, and they really just change the momentum and put it on the Dodgers side from the rest of the way, really impressive win.
Dodgers put up a 4 spot in that third inning. It was highlighted by Will Smith's 2nd home run of the year, a 3-run shot, and right now he is standing by on the field with Kirsten Watson.
Well, a little birdie told me earlier that you told him yesterday that the slug was nothing to worry about. It was going to come. It obviously came today with that 3-run homer. How did you know?
Yeah, Don Terrell, you know, he came out to BP yesterday, got us going. I got 2 wins, so yeah, shout out him. But yeah, got a heater up in the zone, a little sinker, and I was able to get it just enough on it to, you know, get over the wall.
You've been clutch, you've been consistent. When you think about just your at-bats as of late, is this the best that you felt?
Yeah, still feel, you know, good. Not great, you know, it's just one of those, it's, you know, throwing some grenades out there, they're falling, and, you know, just swing at the right pitches. So that's what I'm trying to do. Swing at the right pitches, move it, drive guys in, and, yeah.
With this offense, you guys were able to get to Feltner early in this game, get the bullpen into this one. When you think about just the quality of bats as a team, do you guys feel like you're getting back to your true selves?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we talked about it, addressed it. You know, just working counts. You know, hunting the right pitches, hunting the right zones. You know, getting the starting pitchers pitch count up, getting the bullpen early in games, and that's what we've done the last 2 nights.
Landon Knack set the tone in this one, but the bullpen, how are you able to navigate with them, even if there was some traffic, some large pitch counts, just to be able to get guys out? What were you seeing from your bullpen?
Yeah, Knack was good. You know, we needed a good start out of him. Had some plays behind him to get us out of some jams, but yeah, pitched well, and then the bullpen came in, shut it down the rest of the game.
All right, well, congrats on this win. Thanks so much.
Will Smith with a big 3-run home run in that third inning gave the Dodgers a lot of breathing room in this game, and they really cruised the rest of the way. And there he was, Nomar, saying he feels good at the plate. Not great, but the results have certainly been great early this season, hitting over 360 and the OPS almost 1,100.
Yeah, they really have early in the season, and that's great to see. You know, okay, yeah, you may not be feeling great, but you're getting the job done. You know, I can't wait till he feels great. Right. He goes out there and he feels great, but nonetheless, finding a way to go out there and to contribute, and that was a huge home run, obviously, there in the third inning, really picking up the team, you know, giving yourself some opportunities as far as the up and down the lineup, creating opportunities, guys scoring position, and he coming through with that big hit.
I'm looking at that swing right there. He stays true. Look at the upright posture. That allows him to really pull his hands in so he can barrel the baseball. That allows him to hit it 300, about 75 feet, just over the wall. When Will Smith is right, he's as good as anybody. What I love about him, too, he understands how to hit with runners on base, runners in scoring position. A great situational hitter. He did it once again tonight.
Jerry, you've talked many times about how hard it is to get hits in the show. You had a 5-hit game one time. Nomar had a 6-hit game tonight. Tommy Edman tied a career high with 4 hits, including a couple of doubles.
So he didn't get a 5-hit game.
He did not.
So he will have a chance
His
to
career
get a
high
5-hit.
is still 4.
So he'll get a chance to hit 5. You hit 6, huh? Yeah, big surprise. But once again, Tommy Edman, we talk about a guy understanding how to play the game. Coming to this ball game, we've asked him to play center field, second base, We know he can also play shortstop as well. He's an elite defender, but what I also love about him, he handles the bat, does not strike out a lot, puts the bat on the baseball. Here, he's rewarded, putting the ball in play because of his speed, able to get on base with the knock. A breaking ball up in the zone, nice level swing short to the baseball, rocking down the right field line. Another picture-perfect swing, great hands right there, firing those hands, and one more time. This ball is running away from him. He stays inside the ball, goes the other way. A complete hitter from the left side, getting the 4 hits. We know he's got a little bit more pop from the right. Great to see him do it from the left side.
Jerry made some great points, just putting that ball in play. But I'll tell you, when you come into a new season and you make adjustments to your swing, and that's exactly what he did from the left side. We see him standing a little bit more upright as compared in the years past. And then there's a little bit of doubt, and you're going, okay, I know I feel good, but what kind of results? It's one thing to say, okay, I'm hitting with more power, and that's obviously good, and we see him driving out of the ballpark. But it's another thing when you're saying part of his game is putting the ball in play. You're going, what am I sacrificing? Am I sacrificing maybe a little bit more swing and miss for that power by being more upright? But I think today we saw that you're not sacrificing that. You're still being able to put that ball in play. And he looks more and more comfortable in the adjustments that he's making and more confident. Build your confidence when you're able to get 4 knocks after making some adjustments over the offseason. He looks really good.
And speaking of those adjustments, Nomar, for people who might not understand the art of hitting, when he was with the Cardinals from the left side, he was much more in a crouch. And now that he is standing more upright, how might that help him as a hitter? Because we're seeing really good results so far.
Well, we are. We're also seeing, the location of his hands, where his hands are maybe starting a little bit more above the ball, and then he actually trusts himself that he can just go down to it. Sometimes when you're in the crouch, too, you kind of sometimes don't just let your hands work for you. You might want to force the ball, maybe when you want to stay inside to get the other way, and sometimes when you're trying to stay on the ball and force it, you don't feel like you can just necessarily react and just turn on the inside pitch as cleanly as you like. Sometimes when you're more upright, sometimes you're starting up at a higher position with your hands, you're more relaxed, and you feel like, okay, I can just throw them on the outside, but I also feel like I'm quick enough to just react on the inside.
Barry Bonds, Kangaroo Jr., I played with Junior for a year in Cincinnati. He always says he didn't want to swing underwater or have a swing uphill. When you're in a little bit more of a crouch, sometimes you'll tend to dip, and then you start swinging uphill. You're going to cause a lot of problems. Tommy Edman, a little bit more upright, square with his shoulders, and now he's able to throw the bat head, and he's covering the baseball. Line drive to left, line drive to right in the corner a couple times for extra base hits. You can allow yourself to have more success when you stay on top of the baseball and you have a longer swing, not just as far as to it, you have a longer swing through the baseball, a lot more room for error, and we're starting to see success for Tommy Edman. I just love his swing, his approach.
Great night for him tonight. Great night for the Dodgers on Jackie Robinson Day. They win it 6-2 over the Rockies. Right now, let's head upstairs, check in one final time with Steven Nelson and Jessica Mendoza.
Well, Jess, Jackie Robinson Day is special regardless of the results on the field because it's not about baseball. The man was far bigger than baseball. It certainly makes it a happier Jackie Robinson Day when the Dodgers win as they did tonight.
Absolutely, representing that 42, and it starts from the beginning. I mean, something that started as a tradition. You get both teams together, the conversation, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you got relatives from Jackie Robinson, but also just the conversation. And I think it's so important every day, but we get today to be able to continue to celebrate his legacy, his life, and what it means to the sport.
And the Dodgers celebrate a series win, and the bats again came enough to play in this one. Will Smith with the big 3-run home run. Yes, there are hairs to split, leaving runners on and opportunities missed there, but the fact is they won a series and they have a chance to sweep tomorrow.
Yeah, 6 runs, 10 hits, and back-to-back nights with 10 hits. The first 2 games of the season where they've had 10 hits. But nice to come against the Rockies. You know, you mentioned Will Smith's home run, but also Tommy Edman had 4 hits there. It was something that you'd like to see, especially early on, and they continued it by getting that run late, which I think was so huge for the bullpen to then shut him down.
Something to look forward to tomorrow, everybody, is that Bobby Miller is back in the big leagues, a chance to pitch the Dodgers to a sweep of the Rockies. We hope you hang out with us for it.
All right, Stephen and Jessica, thank you very much. The Dodgers will have a chance to finish off a sweep tomorrow, but first, they get it done in the middle game of the series on Jackie Robinson Day. Let's get right to the highlights. A festive outing here, and that's Jackie's oldest granddaughter throwing out the first pitch, Sonia, and then Dodgers take the field all wearing number 42, top 2. Landon Knack facing Hunter Goodman. Ground ball that Tommy Edman, he stays with it, Jerry.
Outstanding job. This ball was hit hard. Took a nasty hop on Tommy, but he's able to stay with it. Great reaction time. Bare hands it right away. Fires a seed to get the runner out.
Runner on third with only one out, Nomar, and Knack gets a huge strikeout of Zach Veen.
I mean, this was a big pitch by Knack. It seemed like he had that the entire game when he was out there, where he really needed that big pitch to, when he found himself with maybe some traffic on the bases, potentials, runs scored, he got the pitch that he needed, and there he gets the ground ball to finish out that inning.
Bottom of the second, Tommy Edman with Michael Conforto on first. And Jerry, you talked about it. Just put the ball in play with his speed.
Put the ball in play, 3-2, count right there. You don't want any swing and miss. Trying to go the other way gets rewarded. Contact is king.
So the Dodgers in business, 2 on, nobody out. Max Muncy, that is ball 4 to load him up for Chris Taylor. RBI opportunity, hits it on the ground. Not going to get an RBI, but the Dodgers will get a run.
Yeah, the main thing is you got to get a run across. Doesn't get that RBI, but we're on the board, 1-0.
Andy Pages with a runner on third. And it's a fly ball to left field, and the Dodgers will settle for the 1 run as it's caught just in front of the wall. Top 3, Ezekiel Tovar with a runner on second. And Nomar, this is a great play by CT.
Incredible play by CT, because one of the hardest plays to make is when the ball is hitting right at you, and that's exactly where that ball was. So trying to judge it, gets a little bit on the side so he can get a better angle and still lay out for that and make a great catch by Chris Taylor.
Old friend Kyle Farmer at the Blades, having a really good start to his season with the Rockies, but he flies out to left to end it.
That was big. That was big by Landon Knack.
Yes.
You got a leadoff double with the top of the lineup coming over and not allowing a run.
He beat Shohei, 59 bags last year. That's number 5 on the season for Shohei Ohtani.
Getting a score position there for Freddie Freeman.
Then Will Smith at the plate. Nomar gets just enough of it for a 3-run homer.
I mean, just enough, doesn't matter. It's out. That's what we're looking on this box score. He did an excellent job just bringing the hands in and getting the barrel to that ball. You know, it's not always a matter of just how hard to swing. It's a matter of being able to barrel it up, and that's exactly what he did.
2 down for Tommy Edman. That's going to be extra bases.
Good 2-strike approach right there. Gets a breaking ball up. Doesn't try to do too much. Gets the barrel to the baseball. Great swing.
After Max Muncy walked, it is Chris Taylor. Got to feel good for CT coming through. A 2-out RBI knock.
Making a conscious effort. I know he's not getting a whole lot of bats, but he's quiet his leg kick. That barrel's flying through the zone. Rocket. Clutch. 2-out RBI. CT3.
5-0 Dodgers. After Chris Taylor's RBI single. Drives in Tommy Edman. We go to the 4th inning. Jacob Stallings with a runner on first and third and 2 out. Knack 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Instead, it's a 2-run double.
I mean, Landon Knack will tell you, he goes, man, I was playing with fire the entire time I was out there, and he was able to make pitches to get out of it that time. Unfortunately, they got to him. A couple of runs across the board.
Made one mistake.
He's able to get the strikeout to end the inning. Rockies get a pair to get back into it at 5-2. Top 5. Tovar leading it off against Knack. Hits it well to center, but Chris Taylor is right there.
Now, CT3 obviously hasn't played a whole lot this year, but he really played a good center field tonight.
Yep. Dave Roberts comes and gets Knack. Brings in Jack Dreyer. And boy, he continues to impress in his first few weeks as a big league pitcher.
Wow.
He really does. You know, when you look at his line, he comes into this game, not only get the swing and miss, but when you come in and you go an inning and 2/3 and you get 4 Ks, really impressive night.
So he gets 2 there, and then in the top of the 6th, facing Mickey Moniak, and it's another strikeout.
And what's the thing? He makes that pitch look like a strike, but it darts at the last second out of the zone. Great pitch.
And there's that 4th out of the 5 outs that he recorded.
I tell you, he looks more and more confident each and every time he goes out on the mound. Really impressive.
7th inning, Kirby Yates comes in with his Bugs Bunny changeup, but he goes to the heater to hit the strikeout.
Love that mix and match, that 92, because that Bugs Bunny changeup, that 92, 93 plays up in the zone. There's that changeup.
There it is for out number 2.
Man, every time when I see him pitch, his arm action is so quick, and it's like a short arm action release. Both his fastball and the changeup look exactly the same as it's coming out of his hand.
Great job of CT3 getting it in early to keep them runners on second and third. Nobody on. No runs scored at this point.
And then Kirby Yates gets Kyle Farmer looking inside corner.
Man,
It's a
good
perfect
location.
pitch.
Yeah, good
Yes.
location and good run on that fastball.
Tommy Edman, why not another base hit the other way?
I really like that swing. The reason I like that is because that ball was tailing away from him, and he still stayed on it. He did not pull off of that ball to drive it the other way. Excellent job right there. Wow.
4th hit of the night for Edman. Dodgers wouldn't score in that inning, but bottom of the 8th, they will score because Freddie Freeman, the bat starting to heat up after coming off the IL, shoots one the other way.
I tell you what, that big hole right there, that 5.5 hole Tony Gwynn made famous, that's a rocket the other way. I tell you what, insurance runs never hurt here at the big league level.
RBI knock for Freddie. Makes it 6-2.
And you and I know Freddie. When Freddie is hitting the ball the other way hard like that on the line, he knows. He likes that.
And that would be the final score. Dodgers take it 6-2. They are now 13-6 on the season. Jack Dreyer goes an inning and 2/3 to get the win. Landon Knack, 4 1/3 innings. Gave up a couple of runs. He struck out 2. Will Smith, 2 for 5 with his second home run, 3 RBIs. Tommy Edman, 4 for 5, including a pair of doubles. Arco, top-tier stat line, Jerry. How about Jack Dreyer? He's been a big leaguer for just a few weeks. Has posted a 0.7 ERA in 12 innings and picked up his second win tonight in 8 games.
I tell you what, he has been outstanding, pitching like a 10-year vet. Doesn't matter if it's a lefty, righty. He comes in there trusting his stuff. 16 Ks in just 12 innings. He has been outstanding.
He certainly has been outstanding. 2-0 on the young season, his rookie season. Let's hear from Jack Dreyer right now, talking with Kirsten and the media.
Jack, you've obviously been excellent on the mound. Just what would you say was kind of working for you really well out there tonight, especially in this matchup?
Yeah, I think first of all, like having such a good defense behind you makes it easy to throw the ball in the zone. And then Will Smith behind the plate just gives you all the confidence in the world. I don't have to do a lot of shaking. I think he makes good decisions, and so I trust him fully, and he called it a really good game.
When you get out there, you have the walk, and then to immediately follow up the strikeouts, just how were you navigating yourself in that moment?
Yeah, I think a big part of it is, we've prepared for this as a team and as a bullpen, and so, we've put in the work, and so at the end of the day, it's going to come down to, can you just execute what you know how to do? You don't need to go above and beyond, so was able to do that today, but again, it was because of, Will Smith calling a great game.
You got to wear 42 today. It's Jackie Robinson Day. Just to be a part of this organization, to be a part of Jackie Robinson Day here, of course, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ahead of the game. How special was this for it to be your first one?
Yeah. The pregame with Kareem was really special, just a really cool experience. And, to understand the history behind it, specifically with the Dodgers, is just an unbelievable experience. And so to have a chance to wear 42 is really special. And so, I'm hoping to be able to keep the jersey.
Jack, your ERA down to 0.75 at this point. Just how much confidence do you have knowing that you're still kind of plays at this level?
Yeah, I think, at the end of the day, the stats don't matter too much. But, we just need to do whatever we can as a bullpen to help the team get the result of a W. And so, to win the series today was really special. And, I think the team overall played really well.
Yeah, the team overall played well, and the bullpen was certainly outstanding tonight, Jared. It was good to see them have kind of a bounce back the last couple days because they had a rough couple days in the series against Chicago. Tonight, 4 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball, 8 strikeouts in this one.
And listen, I don't care what kind of bullpen you have. You're going to have days where it's just not going to be there. We had a couple games against the Cubbies. Cubbies were red hot, but for them to bounce back this type of way, command the strike zone using all their pitches, really is what the doctor ordered. Once again, whether it's a rookie like Jack, a veteran guy to coming in, they trust their stuff. Josh Bart does a tremendous job as that bullpen coach, preparing these guys, understanding the situation. So when they enter the ball game, they're pumping strikes. Great pitch here by Alex Vescha to induce that 5-4, 3-double play. But all in all, these guys continue to get the job done, and that's why manager Dave Roberts trusts everyone who comes out of that bullpen.
What's impressive to me is even if you have hiccups, they always say you got to just trust the process. We hear that from the offensive side so much. Well, that also carries over to the bullpen, is trust what they're doing. Trust that they have prepared no matter what, and recognize that there are going to be days where, all right, you just don't have it that day, or the other team, you tip your hat, they did a good job, whatever it may be, but it doesn't change the way we're going to go out there with a mindset to go out there, throw strikes, and attack. And you always hear these guys talk about pitch with conviction. Dontrell says that all the time. I'm going to go out there and throw my pitch with conviction, and that's exactly what these guys did, and they did it again because they know more often than not they're going to get a result like tonight.
Like you said, Jerry, it's going to happen throughout the course of the season. You're going to have one or two bad games. For the most part, the Dodgers bullpen has really been outstanding here in 2025. Carl's Jr. moment of the game, Jerry. It's Will Smith in that 4-run third inning. He provided the big blast.
You said it earlier, John. He is America's catcher for a reason. Comes up in a big situation, big spot, 3-run bomb. Outstanding swing, gets the barrel to it. Look at him pull his hands in. Just great hands and great power from our catcher, Will Smith.
How'd you like to be hitting 367, Jerry? You say, I don't really feel great yet. I feel good.
I have never in my life hit 367 and said, I don't really feel that good. I'll be like, oh my God, I am hitting this. And then reality sets in.
Yeah. Well, Nomar hit 372 for a whole season. He probably felt okay.
You didn't hit 372 the whole season.
Yeah,
you hit maybe 372 for a month, not the whole season. Come on.
Whole season. Let's hear from Landon Knack, though. Got the start tonight. Gave up a couple runs in 4 1/3. He's talking with the media.
Landon, you talked yesterday with me just about kind of how you were feeling coming into the start, especially with your lower half. How did you feel just executing your pitches out there, and how much better did this one feel from your outing in D.C.?
A lot better, yeah. It was just really determined to come out and just kind of attack a little more, obviously. Still had a couple walks in there, but overall just a lot better direction with everything, much better feel coming out of the hand, and just kind of just getting after it a little bit more. And so definitely a lot better feeling, I think. Kind of what I want to do at Tech this last week, I think we did a pretty good job of it.
To pitch at Dodger Stadium is special in itself, but to do it on Jackie Robinson Day, just what was that like for you?
It's a little surreal, honestly. I mean, yeah, Jackie Day at Dodger Stadium. I mean, it's a special one, and so yeah, getting to pitch on this day, I mean, means a lot. I mean, obviously, who he is and what he means to the game. I mean, it's very special, and so I am very honored I got to pitch here today.
Weren't able to qualify for the win. Were you a little annoyed about coming out where you did?
I mean, obviously, I want to go as far into the game as they'll let me, but I mean, still felt good about kind of where we were in the game, and obviously still got to make sure you always kind of earn that third time through the order, and so still fine with what we got.
Well, that's 1, 2, 10 strikeouts tonight for the Dodgers, so you can celebrate tomorrow by going to Jack in the Box. Get a free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink only at LA area restaurants tonight. Jack Dreyer actually led the way. He had the most strikeouts of anybody with 4 punch-outs in just an inning and 2/3. Dodgers get the win. The big blast offensively off the bat of Will Smith, his second of the year, Jerry, a 3-run shot.
Yeah, it was a 3-run shot. You know what? I'm going to make a case for America's catcher. I know Aaron Judge was made captain of Team USA for next year. He needs to pick this young man. We're going to go Access 360 and break down America's catcher, Will Smith. Love the swing, love the bat path. When he's staying upright in his chest, really strong position because he has that leg kick, able to fire his hands. Now look at this pitch. They want this sinker down. It's going to be up in the zone. Outstanding job pulling his hands inside the baseball and getting that barrel to it. Great backspin, and that's why we're able to see the ball carry over the wall. Once again, head down on contact. Look at the position he's in. Head's behind the baseball. The bat is flat through the zone, able to barrel it up right there. Outstanding job. Once again, it travels. I thought it traveled around 409 feet. It says 370 feet. Okay, my math may be off, but here's the thing. The exit velo, because his hands were so tight in, was around 98 miles an hour, but he created backspin because he had a great swing, and that's why the ball traveled over the wall.
You know, for the longest time, he has always had, since we've seen him from the minor leagues all the way through the big leagues, is just really good hands. Really good hands to trust that he can get the barrel to the ball. Sometimes it gets out of whack, and then he tries to force it too much with his body. But I think right now, he is really just trusting those hands. And I think that's just a perfect example, because even sometimes, whether your timing may be off or all of a sudden that ball may be just sneak in on you, your hands get all the work to be able to get that barrel to the ball and drive it out of the ballpark.
Special day all around Major League Baseball, but especially here at Dodger Stadium. Jackie Robinson Day, the 78th anniversary of Jackie breaking baseball's color barrier, really changing our entire country forever. And that's his granddaughter throwing out the first pitch, and all the players getting to wear 42. Jerry, something you and Nomar got a chance to do in your careers. It's certainly special, especially to do it as a Dodger.
Yeah, it is special to do it as a Dodger, to put on that uniform that Jackie Robinson wore. A special night for these players, really a special night for everybody involved in Major League Baseball, really. But to do it at Dodger Stadium, I know the players were extremely proud.
Yeah, and I guarantee you they're happy they were able to get a victory on such a special night. But nonetheless, you know, we were talking about him before the game and listening to Kirsten Watson talk about him as well, and what it even meant to so many people and just the opportunity that it created. And she even mentioned for herself, and obviously I think just speaks volumes, and we all know that. And it's great that we recognize and honor him each and every year on this day.
Yeah, that's why, I mean, more than 50 years after his passing, his legacy is just as strong as it's ever been, because it really transcends baseball.
And how about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar coming here, very busy man, and speaking to both the Rockies and the Dodgers and sharing his experiences with Jackie Robinson. That's something we will never forget. Thanks, Kareem.
Very meaningful day to Dave Roberts as well. Right now, let's hear from the Dodgers skipper. He's in there talking with the media.
So there was that third inning kind of example of what you did before offensively, just drawing the walk, don't trust to go with that big.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of, you know, the model for, you know, what this offense can do, and build innings, create stress, and then get a big hit. And so it was good to see Will get that big hit. And just kind of, I just thought, you know, I don't know how many walks we took tonight, but we controlled the strike zone really well, got to the starter again, and then found a way to win a ball game.
When you look at from Tokyo to today, how would you describe how consistent Will Smith has been?
Extremely. The average, you know, on base, just the quality of at bat. I think the fingers, the catching, he's doing a great job back there behind the plate as well. He's really, you know, he's just playing great baseball.
You mentioned the health as one aspect of why he's playing so well. Is there anything else that you can kind of point to look at like that?
I think that's the big. The main thing is he's healthy. He's got clarity. He's strong. He feels good, and so it's just making sure that he keeps for wanting more. And I say that as far as playing time, and you know, when you want more, that means you're really feeling good about yourself. Your body's feeling good, and I think we're doing a good job. So he'll be down tomorrow, have the off day, then he'll be ready to go on Friday in Texas.
David scoreless inning and 2/3, 4 strikeouts for Jack Dreyer. His ERA down to .75. How much does it exceed your expectations, and just kind of what's the biggest thing that really stood out with his performance early on?
I think early on, he just, I've used that word unflappable a little bit. He just seems unflappable. He's he's an intellect, very well read. He's just very calm. He studies. Guys love him. And there's no situation that I've seen so far that's too big for him. And yeah, he's just got good stuff, and he commands the baseball with the fastball, the breaking ball, and he's been really helpful.
Just with the way this stuff plays at this level, I mean, could you see him maybe having a more prominent role than you envisioned early on the season?
I like him where he's at right now. We've got a group of relievers that are seasoned, talented, have had a lot of experience pitching in high leverage. But I do feel that pretty much in any situation, you know, I can run him out there and feel good about it, though.
Dave, in this lineup, Tommy Edman can be a bit overlooked compared to some of the other star players. Did you ever think he can contribute like he has offensively?
I didn't think that he had the power the power that he has, but the bat to ball, the ability to kind of be versatile and move around the diamond, I thought that. But, you know, the more you're around a person, you start to learn more about them, and there's just nothing not to like. And, yeah, he probably does get overlooked by, you know, a lot of the star power we have, but a guy that goes out there and posts every day, plays the way he does, it's certainly, you know, contagious and isn't overlooked in the clubhouse.
Well, Tony Gonsolin made a rehab start today at Oklahoma City. Catman went 4 innings, allowed 3 runs on 6 hits. He did strike out 5 through 66 pitches. 43 of them were for strikes. Also in the same game, by the way, Evan Phillips, he followed Gonsolin, making a rehab appearance. He gave up 2 runs in 1 inning of work. Still no timetable for Gonsolin to be back. But we do know that tomorrow it's going to be Bobby Miller. His 2025 big league debut. He's appeared in 3 games for AAA Oklahoma City. Jerry has a 2.25 ERA, which is good, but in his 12 innings, he has walked 11. So what will we be watching for out of Miller tomorrow?
Yeah, the walks can't really happen here at the big league level. Bobby Miller understands that he is built up. He's ready to go. Hopefully, he has a great start. Another opportunity. We talk about opportunities. This is a great opportunity for Bobby Miller to kind of put his stamp on this season. Hopefully he pitches great.
I mean, it's really about command, as you mentioned. You know, you can't give any free passes. You got to go out there. You got to really attack the hitters. The other thing I'm going to be looking to see is if we see that movement on his pitches, on his fastball especially. One, having that fastball command is going to be critical to his success. The other thing is just have that fastball command and have some movement to him. I think there are times when his fastball really gets punished because it happens to be straight, even though it can have high velocity, but a lot of times it's straight without that movement. When he's successful, he has more movement on that, and he has the command.
And Dave Roberts just announced that Austin Barnes will be catching Bobby Miller no more. In some ways, I also look at this as he also wants to keep Will Smith fresh because he looks at the last couple of years. Will Smith starts great and then seems to get tired or banged up in the second half and wasn't as productive. And maybe this is all part of the plan. Keep Austin Barnes relevant, but also get Will Smith more days.
I think you're exactly right, John. I think that's and Dave Roberts has mentioned that. Say, hey, how can we keep Will Smith as fresh as possible throughout the whole entire season? It gives Austin Barnes, you know, more playing time. But the other thing, too, we know how Austin Barnes is able to handle certain pitches. He's been synced up with Roki as well. They got a good relationship, and hopefully maybe there's some good relationship there with Bobby Miller that they're in sync and he can go be successful.
All right, Dodgers get the win 6-2. They'll go for the sweep on Wednesday over the Rockies. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Pre-game, 6 o'clock here at the stadium.
今日の試合で一番印象に残ったのはやはりエドマン選手の4安打の活躍ですね。特に打撃フォームの改良が効果を上げている点が興味深いです。またドライヤー投手の動じない投球も見事でした。デーブ・ロバッツ監督が知的で読書家と評した彼の冷静さはこれからのシーズンでも大きな武器になるでしょう。明日はホギー・ミラー投手が今季初先発でスイープを狙います。3連続シリーズ敗退から見事に立ち直ったドジャース、このまま勢いに乗って連勝を続けてほしいですね。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。